Hello, everybody! It's been a really long time, it feels like. I haven't gotten to see you guys in like 2 weeks. Hi, everybody, this is KN with Sonic Song 182, and I am joined already by Skull902, my Big the Cat voice actor. Hello, Skull, how are you today?
It hasn't been, like,
Rough
nearly
week.
as long, uh, nearly as long, as me. It's been almost 4 months since the last time I was here.
Oh boy. Well, then it's good that you get to hang out with us today. It's been a really interesting week, I'm sure, for everybody. I hope everyone is doing well, staying safe, staying healthy, washing your hands. Everyone in the chat is saying hello. And really quick, everybody, Vinny will be with us a little bit later, but I wanted to give you guys a heads up that he is going to be joining us sometime today. Alright, let's see. Lindsay and Jake Kangaroo Mouse said good evening, everyone, and happy Friday, everybody, including Infinite. Infinite deserves to have a happy Friday, too. Oh, there's Vinny in the chat. Hey,
No,
buddy.
nah, Infinite's weak. He doesn't deserve anything.
Oh, no. No, Infinite's cool. And he's wearing gloves. You know what? That's hygienic for basically all the Sonic characters. They're all wearing some gloves. Alright, I am just going to be doing some doodling today. And Skull is here to hang out and chat here. Oh no. So I see that YouTube didn't save the new title. I think it's saying the wrong thing still. Good heavens, but oh well, that's the best I can do. Alright, let me see, I think, oh, what's that?
I can't believe that we're playing Mario Maker 2 after dark right now.
I don't YouTube's having some problems. For some reason it won't save the new title that I have literally typed and saved. It says this for me. I don't know why it won't change. And anyway, there's Vinny also, the shadow voice actor. Hello, Vinny.
Hi.
Hi, Vinny.
Hi, Skull.
Well, you guys can chat with each other and chat with the chat. In the meanwhile, I'm gonna see if I can fix the title.
It doesn't seem like I was that late. I made it on time. I'm proud of myself.
You were in by just a couple minutes.
You're late by a minute and a half. How dare?
Well, as long as I'm not fired.
Listen, I would expect this behavior from me because I'm leaving the main cast soon. But you're sticking around.
I didn't know this.
You didn't?
No, this is the first I'm hearing of this.
Oh.
I'm gonna miss you so much.
I guess this is my first appearance since I said that, eh?
You missed the relevant stream.
I did.
Skull is going to be performing as Big one more time in the Team Rose episode, which we're collecting questions for right now. Oh, there's like just two. There's two questions blocks open right now for Team Sonic and Team Rose, so everybody get on it. That's gonna be Skull's last appearance as Big the Cat whenever that video happens to come out. I don't know the release date, we'll find out. But yes, final performances coming up soon.
Yeah, I'm current Big the Cat voice for X amount of weeks, and then nope, not anymore after.
Well, I hope that we finally learn all of the secrets of Big the Cat through this final performance from you.
I know. I was looking through the comments on there, and some people brought that up. Was that some were anticipating the continuation. Jeez, why did that take me that long to come up with that word? The continuation of Big's horrid backstory. So hopefully I pick the right numbers.
His fall to the dark side and potential redemption.
I think it is a full-on redemption, but yeah, that's not to say I'm leaving the cast entirely. Though, like I said on my own channel, I'm still gonna be doing the extra characters that I've got going on. So should KN decide that Frog Prince or Santa Claus be necessary to appear in a video, I'm still doing that. But Big the Cat is gonna be a no-no after this next Ask the Sonic Heroes.
Well, it's been great having you as Big, and I hope that I get to work with you as other characters in the future as well.
Oh yeah, it's been an amazing last 11 years as the voice of Big the Cat.
Can you believe it's been that long?
No. I remember back when 11 years actually felt like 11 years. Now, 2009 just feels like it was a few hours ago. I'm getting old.
Aren't we all, dude? Jazzy fixed the title for me. I couldn't figure out how to do it by myself.
True American hero.
Thanks, Jazzy. Are you guys able to see the chat?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Thankfully, my eyes aren't burning anymore, so I can actually see this.
Good. I'm sorry.
All this talk about my stepping down from the main cast was actually good for the whole eyes thing.
Oh, I'm sorry. I get it.
They were burning like crazy right before this whole thing started, so I was like, oh great, I'm only supposed to read comments, but no, it's fine now.
Everybody's just saying hi to Jazzy at the moment.
They're either saying
entered the chat.
they're either saying hi to Jazzy or saying that they'll miss me, which I actually really appreciate. I'm not leaving like voice acting entirely. I didn't mean to like suddenly spring that up on people, but I guess having the announcement on my channel was kind of a bad idea in retrospect. But thank you for the kind words. Yeah, that seems to be about the two things going on right now.
Sorry for my loud clicking.
That's my favorite. Anytime I record anything, just like loud, like.
Pretty much.
Sounds like I'm hacking into the mainframe.
Clicking, it's only really something I have to deal with at the beginning and ending of recordings, unless if I'm doing an LP.
Right.
Then it's one extra click for when I click play on the video. Just so much audio editing. Thank you, Bailey, for saying that. That's very nice of you. Bailey says that I will always be their favorite voice for Big the Cat. That's wonderful. Thank you so much.
Ken, what are we drawing? This looks like Winnie the Pooh wearing a small hat.
How dare you? It'll come together.
I was gonna say, I'm sure it will come to more fruition if I watch it for 5 more seconds, because now it's Blaze.
Do I
immediately saw Big in this.
Oh, there it is.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know. My eyes were burning.
Oh, of course. Everyone's coming down with the eye burn.
The fur tuft on Big the Cat's belly looked like Winnie the Pooh's tiny little ears.
It was a good guess. Oh, it's a giraffe.
Reckless Warrior is saying, not gonna lie, it looks like a baby version of Big.
Well,
Do you
that
think
would
that
be
would set the
adorable.
world on fire like Baby Yoda did?
oh my gosh.
It's Big the Cat, so of course it would.
Matt
Oh,
Brabham.
thank you, Matt.
$10.
Knuckles money.
Thank you for the Nux Bucks. That was 10 Nux Bucks from Matt Brabham, and they said Big is a legend.
Was that a stealth reference to the last stream all three of us did together? That was a shirt in TKO. Knuckles money.
Oh
And
no,
I'm fairly certain it was during that one.
No, Knuckles Money is a super old channel meme at this point. It came up on episode 2 of the Sonic and Tails plays, Sonic 3 and Knuckles stream. It was the second one, and it was when Sonic and Tails went into, like, the special zone where you kind of go through, like, that casino gambling thing, like, to get extra rings during the zone. And they were talking about it being, like, gambling money, and then Tails started making jokes about Knuckles money! And so that's where that came from. That's why you've seen it, like, everywhere.
Well, not everywhere. It was just that one shirt, but
Everywhere for everyone in general. All right, but yeah, that's where that originally came from, and then it ended up becoming like a nickname for the name of donations on the stream. So now they're called Nux Bucks. Go.
Oh boy.
We've got some Ice Cap Zone playing at the moment. Fancy.
what kind of ice cream are we looking at here?
Not sure yet. If I get far enough, maybe I can have you help me pick what Big is eating. But I don't know if I'm gonna get to coloring on this one. I'm not sure. And Scott Conlon said, how did the Sonic Sense part become a thing? Like, the Nux Bucks and Sonic Sense, I think that just ended up, the Sonic Sense part just came from joking about it on live stream a few times, because we didn't know what to call the sense, and that's just kind of what we went with.
It's phonetically alliterative, so,
Yeah! And, Kiara Molina said hello. Hello!
hi.
I hope everyone is having a, the best week that you can, considering the current state of things. I know a lot of people are extra stressed, so we're here to hang out and have like a chill time.
For anyone looking for fun, this is Fun Friday after all.
Ooh, that makes sense. Big's got legs.
GamerKid12 plus 12 is asking, is Big gonna have a voice? I would hope so.
Yes, he will eventually have a new voice that'll be announced, but it's way too early to make announcements about that. Sometime after Skull's last performance as Big, that's when you'll get more news about that. But right now, that's still a ways off, so we'll worry about that a little bit later. But for right now, we'll just enjoy Skull's performance while he is with us. But yes, Big will have a voice.
off to the big pond in the sky.
Oh my god.
Are you referring to Angel Island?
Yes.
I don't know. Do you know of any prime fishing locations in Angel Island?
Just off of the island itself. You have to have a really, really long lure.
Well, I mean, it is right jam in the middle of the ocean, eh? Probably would be.
Pretty decent spot.
Ari, Ari figured it out. KN's gonna be the new big. After filling in for me on all those times like a decade ago
Yeah, I
when I
literally
couldn't sing.
have been like I've done the voice of Big as an emergency before, but I'm gonna give him an actual voice. You guys won't be forced to listen to me do it.
We need the KN cut of episode 17.
Oh my gosh,
Because I dubbed my voice in on that one, and KN was doing the voice.
I doubt that exists. The original cut. It did at one point.
17. That was like 3 years ago.
I don't know if I like saved that because it wasn't important for me to have the original tracks of Okay, there's.
Do you not save your source material?
That was like 10 years ago. No,
17. That was like 3 years ago.
I don't know if I like saved that because it wasn't important for me to have the original tracks of like something from that long ago. I might have your original track, but I don't know if I kept mine.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Alright, I have a sketch. I need to move on to the next one.
Oh, he's got some ice cream.
Yeah, he do! Because we're having a chill, fun Friday.
Boo!
We're here for
Hold on, hold the booing. Hold the booing. I like what you've done here. Any more puns you can,
That's just my standard reaction to puns.
Puns is an immediate boo.
Unless if they're particularly good. I mean, like, legendarily good. Rachel Schilder is asking, what will you do after your final performance is big? Well, I've still got my own channel. And I'm still voicing my extra characters here, like I said. So things are changing, but if you're actively watching my content, then pretty much mostly the same, except I just won't be the voice of Big anymore after this next episode of ATSH.
Wow, that's a great looking Sonic the Hedgehog. That's someone I would capture and bring into the military for stealing a Chaos Emerald.
He's got like the best smirk going on right now.
He do.
I've seen this asked a couple times, but latest by Matt Brabham here. And the reasons for why I'm stepping down as the voice of Big the Cat are between me and the staff. So that's gonna remain a secret.
He's got lots of his own projects that he's working on real hard over on his channel, including a finale, I think, of something that I'm not gonna be the one to talk about it, but I'm awful excited to see it.
Oh,
you know, like 10
people have known that Sonic
and
and Mario is coming to an end for like the last 6.5 years. So.
Oh yeah, well, when it's that long, there's still some surprise involved. Aw, thank you, Darkspine Destined, for the 10 Nux bucks. They said, "Hey guys, happy Friday! Vinny, you're my favorite shadow." Aw, thanks.
Aw, thanks, Darkspine Destined. You're my favorite shadow.
Bean Reaper said, "It's Shadow smiling for the first time." You know, he does tend to smile when he's causing things pain. Namely Sonic.
He tends to smile at random moments too. Vinny mentioned the plot of SA2, and one of my favorite things in that game is some of the subtlety in the cutscenes, because you wouldn't notice just watching it normally, but if you look really carefully after Amy mistakes him for Sonic and she gives him a hug. When she pulls back, you can see that he's got a big smirk on his face.
I'm sure he
And
would deny that.
That's a lovely attention to detail.
Who would win? A hedgehog who can't tell another hedgehog from another, or one smiley boy?
I'm gonna have to go with the smiley boy on this one.
Correct.
Just kind of because he's, one of the most powerful characters in the entire franchise. When you've got that going for you, it's hard to compete.
The chat seems to be voting for the smiley boy.
Best
Chad
anime
Amy.
is all good and whatnot, but in a legitimate fight with Shadow, she would lose.
Chad Amy emoji face says, I thought he was gonna give Shadow Swiss rolls. That's probably like part of the topping of the ice cream.
I was originally gonna say that like the theme seems to be chill, but you can put Swiss rolls in the freezer.
Oh, that's very true. I bet that'd
Man,
be
frozen
delicious.
desserts are delightful. Like a scone straight out of the freezer? My gosh.
Frozen chocolate, in general, like stuff that's expected to be eaten room temperature, but is frozen, tends to come out tasting pretty good. Anyone out there listening to this, you haven't lived until you've had a pre-frozen Reese's peanut butter cup.
Oh my goodness, this conversation's gonna destroy me. That sounds really good.
$5. Marty Man 641.
Thank you for the 5 Nux Bucks. What did Marty Man say?
I may have said this a lot, but did you film any plush movie footage? Ever since you came back 3 years ago, I was hoping for more of your story arc.
Unfortunately, no. Just, the only thing I've been able to film with the plushies since coming back were, smaller scale projects like, the Sonic Chef's videos to kind of get a feel for it. I still have those big ideas that I'm dying to make. It's just, I'm not able to start them just yet. Partly because they take a lot of extra time, and I do know that they're not as popular, so I need to make sure I've got, like, Ask the Sonic Heroes on more of a stable schedule. I was really hoping that this year was gonna be the year where I could get one of my films going. There's so much painting to be done, set-wise. Like, Silver's Never-Ending Story took me about 1.5 years to make, and it was, like, the main project I was working on. Like, Ask the Sonic Heroes episodes were coming out at the same time, but yeah, it was 1.5 years. So long. It was so good. And the next film, that if I get the chance to make another film, it has to be at least as good as Silver's Never-Ending Story was, with the painted sets and the green screen sky and everything like that, and better, now that I have better equipment. I am still hoping to, because there were 2 more movies I really, really wanted to make that were part of that, like, main Chaos Emerald gathering arc with the plushies. The time, it's just, it just hasn't quite come up just yet. YouTube is, not my full-time job. I put many, or all of my free time hours into my YouTube stuff. But I'm so busy also with my other job as well, so it's hard to fit everything in. But someday, yes, I've even been messing with the script for the next one that I wanted to make. However, not time yet. I lie in wait for the day that I can rise.
Silver's Silver's Never-Ending Story really did take a long time to come out. I did my voice acting for that one 11 months before the movie came out.
It was so... I loved that project so much, but it took a long time to make. Shockingly, some of the voice actors were not able to get me their audio until like days before like it was premiering. It was an insane endeavor, but it turned out really good.
Miracle, you're subscribed to my channel. How did you miss that announcement? It was the day after the stream with Kayan and Courtney, and I said that I'm stepping down from the main cast. Come the next episode of Ask the Sonic Heroes that Team Rose was going to be involved in, and apparently that's happening pretty soon.
I hope anyway. We're getting our questions in for it. And again, that questions block along with the Team Sonic one are both open right now, so everybody get in on that.
Make sure to ask Big a disproportionate amount of questions.
Please be creative in your question ideas.
Now that you know I'm leaving. Not entirely, by the way. I have to keep reiterating that. Dylan DX is asking you, Vinny. SuperVintendo64, do you think Shadow would watch Attack on Titan, or do you think that it would be too edgy for the edgelord himself?
I like to think that Shadow doesn't watch any actual edgy content. He just likes to put on the front that he does.
He puts on the front and he actually like watches cooking shows and
That sounds about right. Cooking with Kylo Ren.
Yeah. If he was like secretly a brony or something, that'd be very funny. No, he'd probably watch Attack on Titan.
Well,
I feel like it's popular enough that he would.
Just so he can be like up to date. He would watch it for social pressure reasons.
Yeah.
He does like
Shadow
things though, so I wouldn't be surprised if he watched sweeter content.
Omega gave Shadow the recommendation, and he's such a bro that Shadow couldn't just say no and not at least give it a try.
Yeah, he probably got pretty invested in it. 72 Ace Mon says, what about Ruby? Yeah, he'd probably watch that. I think Shadow's a big fan of anime girls, so...
The main one wears red and black. I like that color combination.
Astro Boy TX says, hashtag Kylo Ren cooking show. I would watch that. That would be incredible.
Just like throws a fit and just starts like beating eggs with like his
okay,
lightsaber.
Now you add in the pepper. Just like accidentally adds like the whole bottle. Just throws everything.
Vinny, put your Kylo Ren costume on and cook a cake and send me the clip.
Star Wars and cooking show do not make a good combination. Do we have to have a talk about the holiday special?
Come on, we'll get B. Arthur to come do it.
No, B. Arthur was the only good part of that.
By the way, Frost the Hobbit and White Lion, thank you for the 1 Nuxbucks and 99 Sonic cents. YouTube was making it real hard to actually read it, but I can see it now, and what they said was, good boy, Shadow.
Listen, if it's not 2, then it's just a buck. It's a Nux buck. God.
One knuckle buckle.
There you go.
That sounds like a weapon.
The laws of currency do not apply here.
But do the laws of grammar.
Potentially. What are grammar?
Original John is asking, could you imagine Kylo Ren on Kitchen Nightmares? I would love to make a joke about that, but it just wouldn't.
I know. I immediately was like, all right, Gordon Ramsay impression. I was like, nope.
The only thing that we can say in a Gordon Ramsay impression on this channel is "I'm Gordon Ramsay," and that's about it.
Yeah, the rest of it's censored.
What is this, banana? You don't put banana into the pound cake?
More donations.
Thank you, Emma Sun, for the 300 Icelandic crowns. They said Shadow would watch all the Winnie the Pooh movies.
Is his favorite Search for Christopher Robin, because that's the only one I can remember by name right now.
Oh,
Winnie
bother.
the Pooh.
My favorite is Eeyore.
Oh, you're so cute.
Hashtag big mood.
Okay, whoosh. Rachel Schilder said Kylo Ren should be in Worst Cooks in America, and Nafisa Ahmed said, "Where's the lamb sauce?"
I feel like this has to be done now.
Make it happen. On your channel?
Yeah, I was gonna say I could shave and
Oh my
make the
God.
video happen, I suppose. Or wear the mask the whole time.
It's stink and roll. See, it's just not as fun when you have to change the words.
It's not quite right. You'd need to leave it to imagination. Kevin Review said, KN, are you going to make Maria the new member of Team Rose? Nope, Team Rose is not changing its roster, even though in the Sonic games they do that all the time for some odd reason. They don't want Amy to hang out with her original team, and no one knows why.
Oh man, my favorite member of Team Rose, 4 Random Chow.
Yeah, what? Why not let Cream be in the game and just make, like, more racers? There should have eventually been more downloadable racers, but oh well, man. I'm not in charge. No, that's gonna be, Amy and Cream and Big. Ooh, look at this giant smirk Shadow's got on. I'm gonna give him a little fang. That ice cream better be scared. Amos
Why wouldn't it
Amezian
be? It's
said,
about to be eaten.
they don't want Team Chaotix back together either. Yeah, they bust Chaotix up all the time too.
Why was he hanging out with Silver and Blaze?
Vector will weasel his way into any team. He did that with Cream and
I don't know, they
Amy
were all
before.
lonely. Vector was without his buddies. Silver is Silver. Blaze, that's like the whole crux of her character, and Russia's dealing with like isolation and loneliness and stuff. So they just banded together. It was the most beautiful thing.
Vector's like, what, you feel lonely? I am the answer to all of your prayers. They're like, what the?
Smash cut to the Rex of Chaotix just looking sad that they're not in the game.
I am in pain. Nah, I meant to say internally. Darn. It almost came out as eternally.
Yeah, Team Babylon should have been in that game.
Are eternal.
It wouldn't be a stream with me in it if I didn't screw up at least one of my own jokes.
That's alright. Such is life, man.
That's the only life I've known.
I screw up all of my jokes. In fact, most of them aren't even meant to be jokes. They just end up making people laugh.
They become jokes because they got messed up. This is the most menacing picture of Shadow with ice cream ever.
Well, yeah. Again, that ice cream should be scared. He was friends with the sandwich from the Chaotix movie way back.
Oh no.
He's heard some things.
I think he'd be more scared of Charmy. Charmy slapped the olives off of that sandwich.
Sandwich is one of my favorite Sonic song characters.
That's some deep lore, and I love that sandwich.
Anyone who doesn't know about Sandwich should educate themselves.
Quickly educates myself.
You were in that movie.
I know I was.
That's where my raisins is from.
Forgot about that too.
You're forgetting all the early memes.
I do, yeah. Well, I guess that makes sense because, 11 years ago and all.
I know, like, that was such a long time ago. Like, it's been, oh my gosh! Oh, you know what? I haven't saved this at all.
I can't be the only person in this entire channel who has a memory. There has to be someone else.
There's gotta be someone else! Let's do... Get a title.
I often forget what I said, like, when I watch an episode of Astro Sonic Heroes that I recorded, like, 3 weeks prior to its premiere. I'll be like, I don't remember any of this.
Well, at least you get to laugh at your own jokes. You're like, oh, I forgot, and it was great.
A lot of times I end up laughing harder just because of how you edit it. It's beautiful.
I do a lot of work in that editing room. You guys give me fun stuff to work with, and then I spend a long time making it sound fancy and keeping the pace. I think that's something that hurts me the most about, like, the real OG episodes, like the first few, my editing pacing. I don't know if I was editing for pacing at the time, so there's all these awkward silences, and I'm not, like, I don't have good flow as a host yet as Rouge, so I'm like, haha, you just said that! Awkward silence. I'm like, oh god, they're so hard for me to watch now. There's such...
Bring up a full uncut Skype conversation and just call it an episode? Good idea.
I feel like that's what I was doing, maybe, because it doesn't sound like I did the appropriate editing there. And back then, YouTube had that 10-minute limit, and so, like, we just knew when we had to stop recording, so we're like, here we go. Bye for now, Dark Place 1499.
Sorry.
Siri, no!
I'm sorry.
Don't feel sorry, Siri. You didn't do anything wrong, but you did startle me.
Yes, you did.
Oh God, Shadow.
You know what you did, Siri.
Shadow, why are you so cruel?
Ethan L. Dragon says, and I wonder what color Big the Cat is. Well, unless if I've been lied to, as far as I know, he's purple.
I feel like Big the Cat's color scheme kind of changed a little bit from, like, darker blues to purples.
He was very much on the blue side of purple at first. They sort of, like, when HD sort of started becoming the norm, I think it was tweaked a little bit to like his lighter purple is more on the red side now.
Yeah. Dark J Strike 57 says, "Hey, what do you think of Irish the Hedgehog and him being voiced by Jacksepticeye?"
I saw that on Twitter.
It was beautiful.
Jacksepticeye
Don't let your
seemed
memes be dreams.
totally into the idea of it. He's like, yes, this is what my whole life I've been training for. Haley Mitchell said, Shadow looks so evil, I love it. Yeah, he looks, he is ready to devour that ice cream. Thank you,
Frost the Hibidon White Lion. We said that at the same time almost. We were both on that donation.
Like, ooh. Thank you for the 4 Nux Bucks and 99 Sonic Cents. They said, in case you don't know what a Hobbidin is, it's that white lion inspired by Kimba in Sonic X, where Chris and Cosmo found a holo message in episode Trick Sand. Oh, I did not know that. I haven't seen
That's
that far into
season
Sonic
3, am I
X.
right?
What?
That's season 3, am I right?
That is the later season. I didn't see that far. I only got to I think I only really saw the first season.
That didn't mean to sound like a question, and it totally did.
Aha. Shadow has... I'm sorry, Shadow, your shoes are horrible. They're so hard.
Those
Come
are just
on.
practice shoes.
Those are 100% Air Jordan. Big brand, big basketball, big banks.
Listen, they couldn't just make super simple shoes for Shadow. It was 2001. It was
Yeah,
it was the new millennium.
They had to
They-
go all the way.
They had to make it far more detailed and everything to match the advancements in technology that had been made through the previous decade.
I have a great reference of his shoes sitting right next to me. He's in my hands. He's on the microphone.
Beautiful. You've got a statue then.
He's tapped the microphone.
Thanks.
Did he? You must have an amazing shock absorber or something. I didn't hear that.
I did it very softly. I didn't want it to sound horrible. Or to knock my microphone over like that happened on my last stream.
Oh no.
Just
Oh,
like
man.
sitting there talking and then just all of a sudden everything broke.
Oh
it was the
no.
sound of my life.
Plop. Well, guess the stream's ruined.
I was just really loud and then I was silent for a few seconds and I was like, I'm so sorry.
It's like, are you alive? This is a challenge.
Ariana draws and animates. Hi, Ari. If I haven't said that before. Says, I've drawn Shadow's shoes so much that I don't even struggle on them anymore. Well, of course you've drawn Shadow's shoes so much. You're obsessed with them.
It's a good guy to be obsessed with.
You know, that's how I got, like, I guess decent at drawing Silver the Hedgehog from memory. I just drew him the most. But his shoes are easier than Shadow's. Shadow's shoes are rough. He does require some practice to get from memory, so congratulations. What's this one? Oh.
Crystalline Iceberg says Shadow is wearing Air Jordans while Sonic is wearing those classic Chuck Taylors.
Neither of those shoes look anything like Sonic or Shadow's.
Hashtag could be an ad. Hashtag should be an ad. Hashtag Michael Jordan makes shoes like Shadow's, please.
That being said, on the topic of like real life Sonic shoes and whatnot, the soap shoes that Sonic wears in Adventure 2 were based off of a real model of soap shoes, but they didn't release them in the Sonic colors, and I feel that's a missed opportunity.
It's just like Puma not releasing
agree.
Sonic shoes from the movie.
Exactly.
Like,
What's wrong with you?
Why did we do this?
You're missing out on free money.
Yeah, what you want? Should we make money? No.
We want money, but we don't want to do the effort to making it.
Yeah. It'd be like the easiest thing too, because like it's an already existent shoe that just needs to be recolored.
Yeah. Gosh darn it.
They don't know this community well enough.
The community that wants Sonic-based shoes.
Yes.
The hashtag sneakerheads.
Like, who would buy this? I'm like, do you know who you're dealing with?
Lester Papadopoulos says, Hi, Vinny, KN, and Skull. Hi.
Hi.
Has Shadow read the Harry Potter book series or the Percy Jackson series? And if so, which one do you think would be his favorite?
I don't think Shadow reads. In fact,
Reading is for nerds.
I hope he's illiterate.
Oh no.
Okay, he's not stupid.
He got.
I guess it couldn't be canon that he's illiterate because he's read so many questions before.
he just doesn't like casual reading.
Yeah.
Also, $5.
Thank you, Reggie Rattler. Let me gravitate back there. Thank you for the 5 Nux Bucks, Reggie. They said, did you hear about the upcoming Karate Pig movie? It's called The Pork Chop. Ba-dum-dum-tsh. Love the word can. Thank you, Reggie. And no, I haven't heard of that. That's the first news that I have received about the pork chop.
That reminds me of a DVD I saw sitting around in FYE this one time. It was in the cheapest used DVDs, and there's a reason for that once you find out the title. I'm looking at this in complete and utter astonishment as I find out that there, in fact, exists a movie about and also called Kung Fu Dog.
Oh, never would have imagined.
That's actually my autobiography.
Good job.
Oh, well now I feel horrible that I didn't buy it.
Yeah. That was what they called me in elementary school, was Kung Fu Dog, because I was everyone's dog and I was also Kung Fu.
Well, gosh, I mean, I didn't really know you all that well back then, but man, I just feel like the support would have been greatly appreciated. I definitely needed to buy your bargain bin DVD.
Yeah, geez. I can't believe it was in the bargain bin. Thing's worth at least $20.
Dylan DX, you've asked me this way more than enough times, but I feel it's about time I get to you on this one. Yes, I have beaten Sonic Generations before. It's a great game.
Russet the Magical Fox says, does Big finally know what a fork is?
Alright, well now it's me that didn't remember that was a joke.
I remember that one.
Oh Jesus, what episode
What's
was that from?
What's a fork? I think that was 17. Ooh, I'm fine.
Any Sonic Song historians out there, hit me up with what episode that was.
I think they were asking, like, different foods that Big likes, and he was just talking about, like, eating with his hands.
That sounds like Big. Uh-oh, sounds like Rouge has hiccups, says Lindsay and Jake Kangaroo Mouse. I don't know. Does Rouge have the hiccups?
No, she doesn't have the hiccups. I did have to clear my throat, though. Sloppy Long John said, I've been watching since, like, 2012. Yeah, we've been around for a really long time at this point. It's a kind of, it's been a pleasure.
2012, man, that's like the perfect time to get into this channel. It's like when I became a Homestar Runner fan in 2009. Just the best time. No hiatuses or whatsoever.
Yeah, that was a rough time. That was around the time I had to go for a while, but then I came back in 2016.
Kaiser.
Kaiser. Hey.
Kaiser Erebus, $2.
Thank you for the 2 Nux Bucks. Oh god, yeah,
big
that's
question.
for you. You read that.
It's a big question. My goodness, thank you. Uh, Big R, Lord and Savior, how are you today? Oh, that's not me. You're looking for Monkey Dude. There you go.
Praise Monkey Dude.
Praise Monkey Dude.
Praise Monkey Dude. I had something and I lost it. Geo, gamer, artist, vlogger said, "Hey KN, any tips for consistent drawings? I offered my services to another Sonic YouTuber and I may have completely panicked when they answered my email. Sweating emoji, please respond."
Consistent drawings? Is that what the question was?
Yeah.
Consistency in art. How do?
You know, unfortunately, actually, that's something that I struggle with. It's why I'm not a frame-by-frame animator and I'm an assets animator instead. What that means is that I draw something one time with like a few variations and I draw it really like to the best of my ability, and then when I animate with those things, I'm basically manipulating a thing that I drew one time. I couldn't be a frame-by-frame animator because my consistency between drawings is not great. It's really hard to make something look like consistent from drawing to drawing where they have the same proportions or it's like the style matches all the way. The only thing that like I think that helps with that kind of thing is making sure you draw like often. Like a lot of when I was like in school, a lot of the people who were really talented with their artwork, they were just drawing all the time. Like most of my art friends from the school I was at, they would have like a notebook or like a, you know, with a sketchbook, excuse me. They had a sketchbook that they brought with them everywhere, and so if we sat down to like have coffee or something or take a break, they would just be like sketching out like gestured drawings. That's just like how they relaxed and kept their hands busy, and I'm like, that is just incredible. So it's a lot of practice, I guess, and just because the more you draw, like the better you're gonna get at it. Like I've gotten better or faster at drawing over the years, and then my better drawings are the ones that I take a lot of time on. Like the one I'm working on right now, it's very adorable, but it is designed to be drawn pretty quickly, so it's not going to be the most consistent thing on the
Can
earth.
has her doodle style, and then she has like her more refined Ask the Sonic Heroes type.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Like, I can't draw my Ask the Sonic Heroes stuff on live stream anymore. I've mentioned before why, but it's because I make a lot of mistakes because I'm not 100% focused. Like, it takes quite a few hours to do, like, that artwork because it needs to be really polished. And meanwhile, like, my sketchy artwork, I do it for fun. Everything's kind of cutesy and not the most consistent proportion-wise, but... Or, like, and my lines are a little messier. Yep, very casual. But yeah, just practice a bunch and you will get better and better. I think that I know I've got other artists who are in the chat at the moment, and maybe they might have additional advice in that area as well. But that's, I guess, what I've got. Thank you for the question.
Bethany Stewart, with the piece of news that came out today with everybody staying inside the Sonic movie is getting an early digital release.
Oh, cool. I heard that about maybe Pixar's Onward as well, like it was going to Disney Plus, like way sooner than it was going to before. I felt bad
Onward's
for
gonna
that
be on
movie.
there April 3rd.
Okay. Because they were like, yay, Onward's in theaters! Yikes!
Yeah. It's a good movie, too. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, nice. I missed it because of things that came up, but that's exciting that the Sonic movie is also coming out early so people can enjoy it.
Unfortunately, I've got no idea what platforms it's going to be on.
I do not know either.
Probably Voodoo. Just digital download.
What? I don't know
See,
what that is.
I had to watch it from a completely, totally legit website. What are you guys talking about?
Was it Shadow's copy?
Was it Shadow's copy? No, I didn't download it. I mean, maybe he was the one who uploaded it. Who knows? I don't know if he's stealing movies from people.
Thank you, Marty Man 641 for the 2 Nux bucks. They said, "What you gonna do to Sonic movie related questions?"
Well, you see, spoilers ahead. Just want to let you know that in the movie, no.
I'm pretty sure you terrorized a few people with that skull. The movie has not been out long enough for us to do, like, Sonic movie questions, I think, in Ask the Sonic Heroes. Because, to make up for that, we did, like, the Sonic movie reactions. Like, we put that video out, but, we don't really like to, unless it's really obvious, or, like, not really a mainstream game or something, we try to be careful about the spoilers. I think if if a question did come up for the Sonic movie, we would either be careful at answering spoilers free, or, like, in the episode, we'd be like, skip to this time to avoid Sonic movie spoilers. Meanwhile, watch the Sonic movie on such and such platform.
If you have seen the movie or just don't care about spoilers,
watch on.
I did just release a podcast today, talking about that with a few close friends, if that's okay to just put in the chat.
Sure. Spoiler warning on that, everybody.
Yeah, spoiler and language warning, because we are foul. We're foul, and it's my channel, and the rules don't apply on my channel.
Skull902 has his own channel with its own rules. Very obviously, since that's not my channel, the usual rules over here do not apply. Skull is a grown man, and he can do as he wants.
I'm at a ripe old, almost 26 years old. I can do what I want.
Hello, Alice Buchanan. They said, just got in the stream. Welcome!
Welcome.
Ethan L. Dragon says, I have my channel and it has Sonic songs on my playlists. Always fun.
Yeah, buddy.
Some good music.
Does that mean us, or does that mean the music?
Ooh, good question.
It was plural. So I would presume that it's music from the game.
Maybe it's us and our clones.
Us and our clones.
Yes.
Oh god. I don't want to think about the horrible crossover content that me and Clone Skull would be up to.
Oh boy.
Clone Vinny and I have a podcast.
Nice. Support Clone Skull and Clone Vinny on their YouTubes. Super Clonetendo64 and Skull90 Clone.
90 Clone, eh? Stephanie Barnshaw said, my favorite Sonic song is Team Rose's theme. I can get down with that. Follow Me is a really good song.
It's a very enjoyable song. Very sweet. I think my favorite is Dreams of an Absolution. That's the Silver theme song.
Asking me to pick a favorite song from the series overall is why would you do that to me? But yeah. I can just name individual ones that I like.
Yeah, it's really hard. I don't know if I'd be able to be like, yeah, this one is the one.
I could go on all day about songs from this series that I like, but one in particular, no, thank you. I don't want to carry that burden.
I'd give you like a list of like 20.
Oh yeah, Favorites, but perhaps not favorite overall.
Yeah, yeah.
Maximize compatibility.
Black
Okay.
Surge 246 Gaming and Animation says, hello. I so happen to find this stream while looking up animation. Hi.
Oh,
Hi.
hello, welcome. We're the squad from Sonic Song 182. We do have some kind of animated projects like Ask the Sonic Heroes and things like that. At the moment, we are just I'm doodling. And I've got some of my voice actors here hanging out. So, welcome. Nice to see you here.
Hello, friend. Meanwhile, Lester Papadopoulos, I love saying your name, is asking if we collectively, as a group, like the villains from Season 3 of Sonic X.
Is that the...
Meta?
That's the Metarex.
I haven't seen it probably since it aired. So...
I didn't see that season at all. So I'm not really able to weigh in. I'm not sure who they were.
I haven't seen the majority of episodes from that season, but
I'm sure they were
knowing
cool.
the overall story arc, I can say definitively that it's one of many ideas in this franchise that had super big potential, but it didn't quite reach it. Much like Infinite, much like Silver in 06, much like many other things. In fact, speaking of Season 3 of Sonic X, Dark Sonic, way too much potential that wasn't ever used.
It just was there. They don't really ever mention it again, I feel like.
It graced the screen for 30 seconds and then was just gone.
They really needed to bring that concept back, because even though it showed up for like just seconds in one episode of Sonic X, it's like such a big like thing that people in the Sonic fandom make use of in their stories and stuff. It's like, what? You guys, you gotta do something with that. It was cool.
It was cool. A super form entirely based on negative chaos energy, that's awesome. Why is that not used more?
Yes,
I
give us
remember
more.
rolling my eyes and being in complete disbelief when I heard that Ian Flynn said that there was no writing potential for that. Are you kidding?
Are you mad?
Are you actually insane?
I think maybe he means from, like, preserving Sonic's character standpoint. Like, not using it too much, I guess.
Let
I
somebody
don't
else use it. Then Sonic can be like, you can try to tell them not to go down that path because he saw like the tip of it and it was like, nope, not good.
Yeah.
There's plenty of characters with like who are a little bit less like, you know, I don't know, like morally strong compared to Sonic, who could like, heck, Shadow. What about that? He'd go for it.
He's already dark.
Yeah, I think that you still could make Sonic the central focus character on a storyline about the dark super form.
If they're gonna refuse to let it be him, they got options. This is a huge cast. Thank you, Reggie Rattler, for the 5 Nux bucks. They said, I was wondering why a truck appears larger as it gets closer, then it ran me over. JK, that didn't really happen. That sounds really
Did it not?
painful for a snake. Slither away,
It
dude.
did happen to Big in City Escape.
Oh my gosh. That's horrifying. I think Big would have won, though. He's pretty strong.
It's another one of those.
He's alright.
It's another one of those look really closely moments, but you actually can see space between the truck and Big for like a very brief moment. Thankfully, he didn't die that day.
Bye for now, Georgina Scott. They said, gotta go, good night, love you guys, and can't wait to see the next episode of Ask the Sonic Heroes. I'll be working hard on lots of things over here. I got stuff in the pipeline, and hopefully you guys enjoy them when you see them. Oh. Oh, that was
Get
from
more
Tikal.
Donations.
Thank you to Call the Echidna for the 5 Nux bucks. They said, what's the team's opinion on bringing back Tikal and the Chow? Well, for right now, I know Tikal is so adorable. Like, I love her design, and she's really sweet, and I think the character's really interesting, but right now, there aren't any plans of, like, doing, like, a resurrection story and bringing the character onto the channel. Or her associated Chow or Chaos. But I enjoy the character a lot. As with most things, like, it takes a long time, actually, to bring certain, like, new characters onto the channel for, like, lots of reasons. But right now, I don't have any, major plans of bringing her in, even though she's adorable and I like her.
It's kind of sort of implied, actually, in the first cutscene of Supersonic's story in SA1 that the Master Emerald actually needs the spirits of Tikal and Chaos in order to levitate Angel Island. So that's also a thing.
That might be a little rough on Knuckles. He's gonna have to relocate.
If Chaos was on the show, I don't think Chaos would have a lot to say.
Well, no, you get a proper voice actor for him, right? And then for every episode that Chaos is in, you just have the voice actor, have a cup of milk with him, and then a straw, because milk makes the bubble noises.
You need milk and
you gotta blow bubbles into the milk.
We need that on a t-shirt. Milk makes the bubble noises.
Milk makes the best bubble noises. you get a straw in a cup of milk, blow bubbles in it, and that's your Chaos voice acting.
Incredible. Haley Mitchell says, I don't think Knuckles will be very okay with that.
Maybe not.
And gotta let the island fall into the ocean again so that these people can answer questions.
Thank you, Dust.
Dust says,
And
am I the
also
only
thank
one
you,
who
Matt.
could see Chaos talking like an inkling? Stay awesome, team. Hashtag much love for Skull. Oh, okay, so this $100 is for me. Thanks.
You know, I forget what inklings sound like. I know they're like a... Is that correct, or am I doing like the Animal Crossing noise right now?
Spot on.
I did it! You know what? Maybe Chaos might get along with the inklings, actually. Can you imagine him with one of like those, the paint super soakers?
He is the paint super soaker.
Well, he was made docile by that fight with Supersonic, so I think that he's just cool with anybody so long as they don't harm the child.
What's the lore behind Chaos being in Sonic Battle?
That's it. Just
Uh.
I know very little about the story of Sonic.
Yeah,
He
played
just showed up. I remember I read about like what their justification was at one point, but like something just made him mad, and he came back briefly, and everyone was like, "Okay."
Well,
Dude.
everyone else was beating up Emerald anyway, so might as well get in on that too.
Oh, great! He's just like, "I'm back to just beat something up."
I'm back.
We did have another donation.
Thank you,
right after
Matt
us.
Brabham, for the 5 Nux bucks. They said, what do you guys think of the SA2 iteration of Team Dark with Eggman working with Shadow and Rouge?
It's probably nostalgia for me, but I'm like, yeah, I like that. Even though
gone.
it doesn't really make sense for Shadow to I don't know, current day be like, yeah, I'm gonna work with Eggman.
But at the time, it worked out probably pretty well. And it's like,
Yeah.
Eggman is such a joy to have, like, around. I'll take just about any excuse to put Eggman, like, on a team. Just so he can be, like, running around being such a nuisance.
Right. I remember I made a video, like, a very long time ago that was just about, like, Shadow and Eggman teaming up and having... I don't know, there's something wonderful, like, kind of Pinky in the Brain-esque about having a character that, like Eggman, that is very smart, but at the same time is very stupid. Be with someone that's very powerful and smart. I think that that's a fun dynamic that could have been explored more, but...
I'm probably like one of the few people anymore who still would willingly defend Sonic Adventure 2's story. And I mean, it worked out pretty well, those three as characters. So, good combination good combination to me. That's what I think about them.
Yeah.
I'm on board
Is
just
it
fine
a
with
controversial opinion to like Sonic Adventure 2's story?
Well, like, ever since Some Call Me Johnny did a review of the game, it seems like liking Sonic Adventure 2 has been a little more unpopular of an opinion. So.
Huh.
It's, everybody, think for yourselves. If you like something, go ahead and like it.
Yeah.
There is... Alright, one of my favorite games I have ever played in my entire life was Final Fantasy VIII. And I understand that this game has many flaws that I agree with. Now, I watched a really, like, popular reviewer at the time called, like, the Spoony One, and he did a long review on Final Fantasy VIII in which he ripped it apart at every, like, possible thing, like, everything that you could find wrong with the game, he ripped it to shreds. That was the funniest review ever, and I agreed with what he said. I'm like, you know what, you right. And I still came out on the other side, like, loving Final Fantasy VIII as being probably my #1 favorite game ever. You don't need to have, like, just, you can agree with the, shortcomings of something that you like, even when it's, like, presented, I don't know how, Some Call Me Johnny presented it, but you can still love something. You don't gotta change, like, your opinion on it just because somebody else pointed out all the stuff that's bad about it. Just, everything's got its flaws. Love what you love. You don't gotta change your mind.
It was basically like, I like the Sonic and Shadow levels, but there's absolutely no merit to this other stuff, which I disagree with. It's not like the shooting and treasure hunting levels are perfect by any means, but there are good ones in the bunch. It just seemed like like one of those cases of someone who really is adamant about their love for the classic game, just trying to make that opinion abundantly clear.
I almost feel like every game had its merits. I don't think I played any Sonic game where I had so little fun with it that I was just like, I hate this game. Like, that has never happened to me. Like, every Sonic game I've ever played, I was like, okay, there's fun value in here, and I managed to enjoy myself. Even if Sonic 3D Blast makes me nauseous when I play it because of the way the graphics move. Even Mean Bean Machine, which is just Puyo Puyo reskinned with, like, the, classic, like, Dr. Robotnik and, like, Scratch and Grounder and stuff. I still have fun with that game, even if I'm not, like, good at it. And, like, the more, like, and then going back to, like, Sonic Adventure 2, I played that one pretty late. I did not have the game systems to play it when it first came out. But I enjoyed all the different kinds of levels. It offered a lot of variety, so there was a lot of, like, it was just, I guess that's what I would say about it. It offered a lot of variety, so there were so many different, like, play styles that you could do, and it really kept things, like, it shook things up. They tried a lot of things, they experimented with different styles, And I wish they would make more games in the Sonic franchise that were like that. Like, even Sonic 06 had sections you could play as the other characters, to where you could use their, like, unique abilities and talents again. I do wish we had a little bit more of that, because, like, you know, back in the day, that was the whole reason why, like, Sonic had, like, his friend characters, because, like, Tails and Knuckles played and experienced levels differently than Sonic did. And so, like, if Sonic's gonna have, like, 1,000,000 friends, lean into it, man. They're all really unique, there's lots of fun to be had. Take some chances.
Yeah, see, that's the prevailing thought, at least in my mind. But there's some people who really disagree with that sentiment.
Well, you know, to everybody, to each their own. I felt like
yeah, like
that
what you
about...
like. Don't
Huh?
feel bad about like what you like, and don't feel bad about liking or disliking something someone else has a different opinion on.
Yep, just, you know.
And as long as you're not being a jerk about it, it should be okay.
Yeah, you don't gotta
Yeah.
be a jerk about it. Just, you know, go like what you like.
Speaking of Sonic Adventure 2, I'm playing it tonight on my channel. If anyone would like to watch that.
Wait,
it'll be
hold on.
streamed.
That's the one that you didn't invite me for, even though we talked about it before.
I've got some other people that are joining me tonight.
Oh, well, just excuse me as I go cry.
I'm sorry, Skull.
Vinny, you should link your... Well, do you have, like, the live link for your channel? I think it's usually just your channel, like, /live or something like that. You should drop that in the chat.
I didn't know that worked.
I think that's how it works.
I mean, I have the link to the scheduled stream.
Ooh, put it in
Okay,
the chat.
I
Put it in the
got a
chat.
bit of a question for you.
Sup, my dude?
Does this drawing take place in the alternate universe where Rouge unfortunately had an injury and had to have his arm amputated?
Yes.
Good to know.
It's at her side. Now, what I'm a little more confused about, honestly, with my own drawing here, is that because of the way she's angled, it's odd that her wing's coming out this way, but I'm not that worried about it. Her other arm is doing, like, this, but it's coming straight out. Like, if she was facing straight on, she's like that, but she's turned. That's my excuse.
Oh, okay.
That's my excuse that
Cool beans.
that I definitely didn't make up on the fly.
$7 in donations. Thank you again to Tickall the Echidna for $2 talking about a tweet, and then Reggie Rattler again with $5. Says I'm jokes at the moment. That's a mood. So here's a riddle. What word becomes shorter when you add 2 letters to it? Look for the answer later in the chat.
Is it
I know.
helicopter?
I think I know what it is, but I'll let you guys guess, too. Everybody in the chat. Thank you for the riddle. And Tikal did say that they sent a tweet. I will have to check on that in a moment. I need some color refs here so I can start coloring this thing. I got 40 minutes, it looks like.
The answer is short, says Slasher-64.
Ooh.
What a brief, answer. I need... Ah! Oh.
Reggie confirms, in fact, the answer is short.
Haha! Alright, that's cool. That is what I guessed. Nice riddle, thank you.
Titan Zane the Ice Dragon saying, hello, Team 182. Hi,
Hello.
Titan.
Hello, no one is available. Please hang up and try your call again later.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
that makes me very confident about my voice right now. Thank you.
Thank you, Kaiser, for the 10 Nux Bucks. They said, I wish Sega and Nintendo would do a Silver and Blaze game exploring more of the Soul Dimension and their love, and a Luigi and Daisy main game. Sylvaise is best Sonic couple, and Luigi is the best Mario couple. I hope
Yo,
I
why don't they
Luiese
just cross those over?
That would be
Make all
awesome.
4 of them the main characters.
That would be fun. The Silver Blaze Luigi and Daisy game.
Listen, we've got like the geez, what am I trying to say? Insert comparison of Blaze and Daisy here, and then we've also got the respective butt monkeys of the series, Silver and Luigi. It's a great idea.
There he is, looking nice and grumpy.
Yes.
All hail Grumpy.
It's my favorite dwarf.
He's a good dwarf. He gets a lot of personality.
If the Sonic cast was the 7 dwarfs, who would each one be?
I hate everything right now because I wasn't able to get my salad. Is the general look that I'm getting from that.
No,
Okay.
no salad.
Yes, Gamer Kid 12 plus 12, I am in fact still here. I haven't left. That'll be in a couple weeks. LOL jokes. Alright, Vinny, this one's on you, yo. Crestline Iceberg is asking, what kind of salad would Shadow be eating?
Yeah, either a Caesar or maybe a Cobb. Probably Caesar, just because it sounds cool.
It sounds powerful, like
You're
him.
right, exactly.
I had a salad today, but it was a very simple salad. It was just leaves. And then it had
I
some
think Shadow would
pumpkin
eat
seeds,
a meat
cranberries, and
salad.
avocados in it. And yes, I think you're right. Shadow might just go for a meat salad.
These really are desperate times if your salad was just leaves.
Leaves.
No dressing, just leaves.
Nah, no dressing. I
eat most of my
usually-
salads without dressing.
Yeah, I do without the dressing for the most part. Like, maybe every once in a while I'll dab, like, a little bit in there or use, like, a vinaigrette, but not very often. If I've put tasty things in there, like pumpkin seeds and, like, dried cranberries, if I then go and put a bunch of salad dressing on it, I can't taste all the tasty things I put in there, so I tend to eat my salads pretty plain, because I want to taste the stuff I put in.
Yeah, I got that same opinion.
Nice. When I was a kid, though, I used to put some leaves in a bowl, and then I'd, like, dump, like, half the bottle of ranch in there. I'm like, yes, I have made a healthy launch.
Ranch it up.
All right, so the storyline that everyone has been eagerly anticipating for the last decade now. Kevin Reviews is asking, KN, when will Eggman disown Maria?
You know what? I don't think that he has the heart to. They've just got a funny dynamic in their household in which technically they're not on the same team, but when they go home, it's like, you know those episodes of, like, the Looney Tunes and stuff when they have, like, a punch card for, like, oh, okay, the day is done, now we will cease to fight. It's probably something like that. It's just a really strange home situation, but I don't know if he could ever manage to disown her. She's more likely to maybe disown him.
She likes being on the bad guy team, but without doing the bad guy stuff.
Somebody's gotta keep them in line or they would do much worse, I'm sure. But you know what? Eggman hasn't even, like, disowned his mama. He's used to having a conflict in the family.
Mama Robotnik. That's a character.
Yep, she's real interesting. I did voice her once in a Sonic Christmas Carol, which was the second movie we ever made on the channel, and I just had a laminated paper cutout of Mama Robotnik from,
I remember that.
Yeah.
Hashtag more laminated cutout characters blocks.
Now that's how you make it easier to add characters to a thing, just print it out.
Yeah, that way that you can put them on a stick and you know, sticky tape them on or whatever, and just
Waggle 'em around.
have a bunch of extra characters. You have a whole entire extra cast.
Krista Urel says, "Can I have tips, please?" I don't know what kind of tips they're after, but here's
Wash
a tip.
your hands for 30 seconds.
There you go.
That's 10 seconds more than the minimum. We don't want to do just the minimum, do we? Go for A+.
You gotta keep yourself healthy in these times.
You know?
GamerKid12+12 says, Where am I? Why is Shadow blackish gray?" That's just the.
Oops.
Well, you can't have them be like you know just regular old plain black, because that's the color of the outlines. It would clash way too much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there you go.
that's the main problem. He just has to be a lighter color than the outline, or else you wouldn't be able to see where his lines were. And
He's like a charcoal,
yeah.
at least in 2D art.
Yes.
So there
Miracle
you go.
Miracle says, "Wow, Shadow's looking so cool." I agree.
Get some red in here.
That's a fun fact, actually. I guess we can say, thank goodness Shadow's wearing gloves, and that reminded me. But that very thing I was just mentioning is why a bunch of classic cartoon characters like Mickey Mouse and others wear white gloves.
It is, just so you can see them easier against the rest of their body when they're doing all their movements. Oftentimes,
And they didn't
things are
have clearly
designed-
defined outlines back in like the 20s or whatever. So in his first few cartoons, Mickey Mouse had black hands, and then they realized, oh hey,
You
if
can't
he's
see
like
anything.
got his hands up against his body, nobody can see him.
It's true.
That's my favorite part of an extremely goofy movie is when Pauly Shore's character is like, "Haven't noticed that we're all wearing gloves?"
His character just kind of exists.
Thanks, Bobby.
Yeah. Bobby, yeah, that was his name.
That was in an extremely goofy movie, I think. I don't think
Yeah.
that was in the first one.
I mean, like, it's an amazing casting choice because Pauly Shore was big in the 90s, so it must have been expensive. And then, like, he says maybe 4 lines in the movie and has no importance to the plot whatsoever. Great choice there, Disney.
We still remember him today. Also, in an extremely goofy movie, they'd have like just like literally the X Games. They're not like called something different.
Well, that's because they're owned by Disney.
Right? Yeah, I was gonna say they'd just bought ESPN at that time.
They're like, we have a great idea. You know what? Disney was buying everything back in the day, too. This is not new.
They've been building up their giant, huge monopoly since the 80s or so. Mad Girl Arts is asking, KN, do you use OBS to stream your live videos? Also, what video editing program do you use?
It's true. I use OBS. Oh my gosh! Oh, that just made the woohoo! Sorry, I got really distracted.
Oh boy, the mirror effect.
The mirror effect.
Whoa!
Whoa! Yes, I use OBS to stream. I'm gonna.
Imagine if we weren't watching this with 3D glasses, it would be all blurry.
In my editing program, I use, actually all of my, drawing and editing programs are on the Adobe suite, so, like, I didn't start
Can's
out...
got the fancy stuff.
I do now. I started out with all the cheap stuff and the free stuff. Like, my first video editing program was Windows Movie Maker, which came for free with the laptop that I had. So I started out with all
Windows
the free
Movie
stuff.
Maker.
Good stuff. But now I use the Adobe suite. I invested in that because I found that it did the things that I needed. And if you work you don't gotta start with the expensive stuff. I hear Paint Tool Sci is really good. And I think Clip Studio Paint is more affordable and also does like the same kind of stuff. So you don't gotta start at like the Adobe suite. That's something I guess if you feel like it's necessary for your workflow, you move up to something like that. But like editing program, right? That was Adobe Premiere Pro, and that was my third editing program. I moved from Windows Movie Maker, which, yes, Bowser Prince, they said Windows Movie Maker is rough. Yeah, it was rough to use. So I then moved to Sony Vegas. I think I had Sony Vegas 10, and then I used that for like years. That's what I was editing stuff on before the hiatus. But I got the
use Sony Vegas.
Yeah, see? Vinny uses Vegas. It's a good program. I just ended
I
up
use
getting
Vegas.
Adobe Suite when I was at school because that like matched the workflow of everybody I was doing group projects with, and I could get a student discount. And then by the time I came out of that, I was just used to using those programs, so that's how I ended up there. Skull, what were you saying?
I said I use Vegas too.
Nice. See, Du Bois, they use Vegas. It is a very good program.
It's another one of those fancy type professional programs. But yeah, like just in terms of that sort of stuff, there is always a free alternative. So if you know where to look, you'll be able to find something that does just about as much, if not more, and not have to pay anything for it.
Yeah, I always like to recommend that people, when they're starting out, use the less expensive stuff and learn from there. And if you find that the free thing or the cheap thing does what you need, then just stick with that. And then reassess if you want to upgrade or change to something else based on the features you realize that you like really needed. Part of why I knew I needed to upgrade and get something different from Windows Movie Maker was that I really wanted to work with layers easier. Movie Maker was rough with layers. I had to like continuously export video files and then re-import the exported one and build on top of it. For like Ask the Sonic Heroes episodes, I'd have to do that like 5 times. And, like, each time I had to do an export, that meant whatever I did was locked down. There was no more changes I could make, and so that was part of why I moved to Vegas after that. Because after learning on the cheap program, I knew what I needed from a more expensive one, and Vegas was pretty affordable.
The lack of multiple tracks on Windows Movie Maker is definitely a big, like, roadblock in terms of editing. I had to deal with that a whole bunch too in my older works. But I think that for as rough as Windows Movie Maker was, it is actually or at least the older versions of it anyway. The newer ones kind of not so much. I don't know what Microsoft was doing there, but the older ones were actually fairly good introductions to basic video editing.
Yeah, it's easier, I think, to learn the next program up if you practiced on one that was more basic. So,
Like if you mastered Windows Movie Maker like Kan and I did, you should have less of a problem. It was still a little shocking, I guess you could say, for me to move on to Vegas, but it would have been worse if that's what I had to start out with.
yup, that's true. Oh, thank
Shadowstar
you.
13, $2.
They said, are you guys affected by all the shutdowns?
Kan lives in California.
For me, yes, I am affected by, the situations that, you know, everybody, we're all facing this together, you know, and there are mandates that do affect, things where I am, but, you know, what I ended up doing right from the start was that I came up with a daily schedule that worked, because, you guys know, I have like a couple of jobs, and a lot of that stuff I am working on doing it from home. And what I did from the very beginning when I realized that was gonna be a thing is that I came up with a daily schedule for when I needed to work on the material for which job at a time, and when I was going to do, like, my exercise regimen and things like that, and, like, you know, I made a daily schedule to give some more structure. And so, there's proactive things that you can do to, like, get more of a sense of normal for yourself if, shutdowns are affecting you and it's stressing you out. So that is, if you're also affected by it, that's what I would recommend trying to do. Come up with a schedule for each day, and then follow it, and it'll sort of give you more of a sense of normal, because I know it's pretty jarring to go from, you know, just running around and going to the gym all the time and stuff like that, and then kind of not being able to do that to be socially responsible. But yep, I am affected too, like so many of you guys are, but I have been working on all my workarounds, and I'm handling it well, I think. How about you guys, Vinny and Skull?
I'm pretty much in the same boat as you. It's affecting me, but I'm not letting it affect me, you know, emotionally.
I live in Michigan, so there's been no mandated lockdowns or anything of the sort, and apparently it's not under consideration at this point. So, like, I don't quite know the feel of being obligated to, but I definitely know the feel just from the way that I generally live my life, and I think that I've just sort of adjusted to staying at home for long periods of time. So it's kind of weird to have to think about the possibility that, like, this is an enforced thing, but when you're used to it, it's not so bad.
Gabriel L sends 2 Nux bucks and says, Shadow, what's your favorite flavor of ice cream? That's a good question.
Raisin.
I feel
Shadow, what's the ice cream there? It's topped with a cherry, so presumably one that would go
it's
good
probably
with
like chocolate covered cherry ice cream. Something red.
Interesting.
cherry ice cream topped with a cherry. My God.
I'll take red flavored.
Shadowstar agrees with me with another $2 donation. I am still with Skull on that. Not too much of a change. Yeah, it's a sad existence, but I guess I was prepared for this.
Oh no, Slasher Dasher said, so it's blood. I hope not.
No, they just call it blood. It's okay. It's okay.
It was boiled for safety. It's fine.
Oh my gosh.
Everyone's saying blood flavored confirmed.
Ew. Allele1974 said, no, it's Instagram flavored. Oh my gosh.
Just got a bunch of like electronics hanging out of it.
Gross.
Just licking exposed wiring. Things not to do during today's climate.
Please don't do that.
I'm not familiar with Instagram because I couldn't care any less about it. But
Don't say that to Shadow.
I don't care. He can kill me if he wants. I'm not the one that has to deal with the legal repercussions after that.
You're gonna sue Shadow the Hedgehog?
No, I think he's gonna get in trouble for
Well,
murder.
I don't have to sue him if he murders me anyway. But does Instagram have red in its imagery? In its like logo or anything?
Nah, no. I don't think
No,
so.
then it can't be Instagram flavored.
I think Instagram's kind of got like a purple.
The beginning of this song always reminds me of like the beginning of, what is it, like something from The Little Mermaid.
Oh, I can't hear it. What is it?
Yeah.
I guess I can turn up the volume on the stream.
I forget which one this is from.
Song the Song Hog.
This is really confusing me because now I'm listening to the stream audio.
Oh, no wonder I didn't know what it was. Ocean Purification Plant Outside from Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric. That's why I don't recognize this one.
It
sounds like
that either. Did Richard Jacks do that one? Did he do that soundtrack?
I'm not sure.
I think he did one of the DS, 3DS games, and I think that was Fire and Ice. I don't think that he did Rise of Lyric.
Ooh,
Let me hack into the mainframe.
While Vinny hacks,
Oh, of
I
course.
just realized what time it is. It's a little less than 15 minutes before the stream ends, and I'm over here like, color in Shadow's leg. I'm definitely not gonna get the chance to finish coloring this one.
Overlord Baron asking, and I totally wasn't drawn to this because I'm biased. If Shadow was a Power Ranger, which Ranger would he be? There's a lot of options.
You could probably answer that better than I could. Red Ranger, because red.
Yeah, but then we got to get into the semantics about which season that's from.
Yeah. Who's the most of a tsundere?
Oh God.
Richard Jacks did compose the soundtrack. Confirmed.
For Rise of Lyric?
Yeah.
Oh, well, never mind what I was saying then. I wouldn't know about Tsundere Red Rangers. Usually speaking, they're just heroic types.
He should be like Mighty
I
Morphin's
don't-
Green Ranger because he was the edgy one with like the dark storyline going on.
Yeah, whoever had the darkest storyline.
Do, 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 do.
Yeah, but then like we gotta take in like the leader aspect and everything like that. It's assigning Ranger colors to Sonic characters would definitely be a process. I think there's only a few that could really be agreed upon.
Look at all that cherry.
I gave nice dark chocolate cherry and put some flecks in there.
No need to flex on us, jeez.
No. Shadow was gonna flex either way. Oh, nope.
All right, I hate to do this, but I think I've got to go. I got to get some stuff going before my stream.
Oh, Vinny, what
Oh,
time
no.
does your stream start?
5:30.
Okay, so we're gonna wrap up in about 10 minutes, and then 30 minutes after that, you guys can hang out with Vinny on his stream. What are you guys playing again, Vinny?
Sonic Adventure 2 for a little bit, and then I might do Jackbox later.
Aha! Excellent.
That was why I asked you earlier which one was the best.
Fantastic. And after that, if you guys need something to keep you busy, there's Vinny's stream. How long does that go, Vinny?
Not sure. We kind of play it by ear. We normally do at least 2 hours. But it'll probably be 3 hours tonight.
All right, excellent. So that would be like 5 to 6, 7, like 8:30 or so. Well, we've also got an After Dark stream on the Sonic Song channel this evening. I'll actually be there for this one. Normally you guys just see Jazzy as the main host on the After Darks, but today I will join, and it will be fun. And we're probably also gonna do some Jackbox. So
Cool.
if you guys need to keep your day busy, there's lots of opportunities to come and hang out. All right.
I might
then,
stop by the After Hours one too. I'll let you know.
Beautiful.
And then on my end, again, I released a podcast today, so I don't know if you feel like checking that out. We talk about
why
the
don't
Sonic
you go
movie.
ahead and get the link for that again, and with all the appropriate warnings about mature content and swearing and spoilers, etc.
All the appropriate warnings.
Oh yes. Well, okay, Vinny, you have a good rest of your evening, and take
Bye.
care at your stream.
Everybody here have a great day too. We'll see you later.
Bye, Vinny.
Until next time, Vin Man.
Chaos Control.
Beautiful. Okay, and with 8 minutes left, I don't have time to finish the coloring. Skull, what kind of ice cream would Big be eating?
Well, I guess if we're just leaving it black and white for now, somebody way earlier.
I'm gonna color it. That's what I'm gonna take my time on, coloring the ice cream.
Geez. Well, I'll save you some time because someone said earlier, and I like it anyway. Cookies and cream.
Nice. Okay.
There you go. You can leave it black and white.
I'm gonna go slightly off-white.
You're doing the sprite sheet thing. Good.
Woo!
Says me, the sprite video maker man.
How
I know these
is
things.
the finale for Sonic and Mario coming along, Skull? I know that's a big project. I don't imagine it's gonna be ready anytime super soon. But how is it coming?
I've got the base frames for the entire 5th season done.
Ooh.
I just need to do the upscales on it. And then that's gonna be premiering in June, hopefully. With the finale coming in December.
Awesome.
We got 4 episodes. June, August, October, and December, and I just hope that whoever watches it thinks that it's an alright time.
Dude, it sounds great. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, buddy.
We've got 6 minutes, maybe for anyone for anybody who doesn't know what the Sonic and Mario series is, why don't you give a quick explanation?
Okay, so Sonic and Mario is a horrible, horrible thing that I did many, many years ago.
You are
Uh,
fabulous at advertising your work.
uh, well, listen, it's a slog to get through the first two seasons, and there are even some moments afterward that are just embarrassing.
You know,
So
I get it, I get it.
so I did that for a few years. Never outright gave up on it. It started in 2009. And KN was a part of it for a big long while. Uh, so there's some appeal if you haven't seen it before. KN's in most of the episodes. Uh,
Woo!
and then things unfortunately started slowing down entirely out of control. That situation was. Eventually, I decided to cancel the series, but I didn't just want to leave it on a big old cliffhanger. So, for the last 6.5 years or so, I've been trying desperately to give it the proper finale that I think that I should be giving it. And it seems that after so long, it is finally coming together. So,
Awesome. That's really
yeah,
exciting.
that's a basic summary. Mario and his contingent of Peach, Luigi, and Yoshi find themselves up in Sonic's world, and they gotta find their way back.
Excellent. That is Sonic and Mario, everybody. So
Indeed.
let me see if I can represent this ice cream flavor properly. I got 4 minutes to do so.
Oh man, it's mushroom flavor.
Delicious.
Everyone's favorite.
I see Wild Style 1102 said Rocky Road. Yes, it is. And CJ said that too. Ew, Ariana said toad flavored.
If I could do it,
was asking, when was the After Dark stream? Let me check my schedule book here. I've got a tight work day today.
It sounded to me like they didn't want to run directly competing with run directly at the same time with Vinny's stream, so I would presume after that.
It is 8 o'clock until 10 o'clock.
Okay, so for
Maybe a bit of
other
overlap
people.
on the end, but Vinny tends to stream just until like he and his squad loses steam, so he could be going on for a very long time, or he might go short. But he starts at 5:30 and will continue on from there.
That is Pacific time, specifically.
Yep, Pacific. Oh.
Do your
Daisy-
conversions at home.
Yes. Daisy Bloomus Frost said mint ice cream is my favorite. That's one of my sister's favorites. Ames, she likes mint chocolate chip quite a lot.
The only mint ice cream I ever got down with was McDonald's Shamrock Shakes, except for that one particular year where they way overdid it on the mint, and it was like I was just drinking extremely cold toothpaste. That's how minty it was.
That's gross.
Yeah. That was gross. It was extremely gross. But we couldn't just waste it. I had to drink it.
Oh gosh, I've never had a Shamrock Shake before, so I was not aware that that was what the flavor was. It's just green flavored.
When they do it properly and like the way it's supposed to, you've got, it's basically a vanilla milkshake with like a hint of mint, and I think that's why I liked it, because too much mint in ice cream just sounds bad to me. But
well, it's
just like a hint of mint.
Hint of mint sounds good. Also, I think
It-
Style was saying it starts in 2 minutes. No, it is 5 o'clock now where we are. After Dark stream starts at 8. So that's in 3 hours from now. It's a late night live stream, usually hosted by Jazzy. But tonight I'm going to join him and probably Musical Sushi also, and so we're gonna stream together tonight. And Vinny's stream starts 30 minutes from now. Cause it's 5 o'clock here right now, and then it's gonna be 5:30, which is when Vinny's stream starts. All right.
So, time zones and all that.
Yes, I've gotten decent at converting time zones, mostly just because Ask the Sonic Heroes episodes are really hard to schedule sometimes, because everybody lives all across the USA, they live in different countries, so the time zones are pretty nuts. Like,
It's really weird to do that, especially when like you're in the Eastern time zone like I am. Like I forget what it was that I scheduled one time, but I remember thinking it kind of funny because the way I scheduled it, it was like around the beginning of the evening in my local time. But then like if you went to one side of the scale that I listed in the description, in Hawaii it was like 1 p.m. And then way on the other end of the spectrum was the UK, and it was like early in the very next morning.
Yeah, like when we record Ask the Sonic Heroes pretty late at night, like if we start at like 8 o'clock for me and like Ames for Skull, it's like 11 at night, and then like our Marine actress is from Australia. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon the next day. So it's time zones are interesting, especially when you're going international. But it's hard enough as it is, just like with how many time zones the US has. We are going to start wrapping it up. First, though, I did see NanoCon. Thank you for the 2, I think, Canadian Nux Bucks. They did want to ask Skull, what's your opinion on Super Mario Bros. Z? I think is like a sprite show maker. Like, what's your perspective on it?
Much better animation than I would ever hope to do.
Super Mario Bros. Z was like really. My goodness, there was a lot of effort put into that, and oh my gosh, I don't even know how to replicate something like that.
Yeah, thank you for the question, my northern friend. Super Mario Bros. Z is a very nice nostalgic show, and for anyone actually interested, maybe they caught it back in the past, or they've just heard about it, but along with an update on the reboot series, Alvin Earthworm, the creator of the show, just recently, earlier this month, uploaded an entire series video, a 4K render of the original Super Mario Bros. Z series. It's like 4.5 hours, I think. Could be longer, but it's a big, huge video. 4K resolution if your device can handle that. Go seek it out. Alvin Earthworm.
Oh yeah, that name is ringing a bell. I haven't heard that name in many years.
That's what I thought when you brought up Spoonie earlier.
Yeah, I know. So
like that's a name I haven't heard in like a decade.
Yeah, super old school names. Oh my gosh. And really quick, Shadowstar 13, I think that we did, but just in case we missed them, I remember the second one, where you said Shadow is the coolest, because I remember Vinny said that he agreed. They also said, I am so with Skull on that. Not too much of a change in terms of, like, everybody kind of chilling at home these days. Oh,
that is
Melvin.
in fact, that we got that one.
Yeah, Melvin, you made it during, like, the last 30 seconds. Hang on a second. Doot. I'm not sure. I have no idea what you were asking, Dimensional Guardian. I cannot find what your original question is. All I can find on Control F is you asking me to answer the question. So I don't know what you were saying. I'm sorry. Really quick, again, everybody, make sure you check your time zones, because, we just got done talking about, how big difference it makes, what time you're, where it is. Sorry. I'll just make this simple. In 30 minutes from right now, Vinny is having his live stream over on the SuperVintendo64 channel. 3 hours from now is when we're doing the After Dark stream on the Sonic Song channel. So that's how it's good. That's I think the easiest way to put it. 30 minutes, Vinny stream. 3 hours, stream with us. All right. Anyway, everybody, have a fantastic rest of your day, and thank you very much for joining today's Skull. And you have an excellent rest of your day too.
It was wonderful being here, and I'm sorry. Apparently, it just sprung up the news that I was leaving soon on everybody. I did have that on my channel, but I guess it just wasn't addressed here.
Well, it's technically pretty far in the future, so it's not quite the time yet. But also, again, everybody. Skull was leaving some links for some recent videos over on his channel, along with the appropriate warnings. Content warning in terms of spoilers, because it was a podcast where he was discussing the Sonic movie, and also it's got lots of adult language. So if you're good with that, with the content warnings for possible mature content and the swearing, go head over to Skull's channel and go have a look. In the meantime, we got a mosey. Hello to Sasso Studios in the chat as well. And we're going to head out for now. Alright, thank you guys. We'll see you again later. Bye!
Bye-bye.